In the Dundrasil of old, a celebration is being held in honor of Tran's birth, and the rulers of the great realms of Arboria have convened a meeting known as the Colloquy of Kings in order to confer together upon the rebirth of the Luminary. Irwin goes to Queen Eleanor's chambers to fetch our infant hero, who will be accompanying him to the meeting. There, Tran sees not only his mother the Queen, but also a young Princess Jade. An ominous storm rumbles away outside, but Irwin reassures them that all is well, and makes off for the Colloquy, his son held tightly in his arms. I'm going to be your big sister, Tran. Let's play together all the time when you get bigger. Is someone there? Who are you talking to, Lady Eleanor? There's nobody there. No, of course not. Sorry, dear. It's just... Oh, it's the strangest thing. I know that Irwin's taken little Tran to the Colloquy, but it's as though I can still sense him here in the room. I felt his warmth. This isn't the time for that kind of nonsense. It's my wee one's big day. I mustn't let myself get distracted. There's a book called The Book of Irwin. Tran takes it from the shelf and has a closer look. Chapter 1, Song of Beginnings. World Tree's gift, first of many, bold, bright, blessed luminary. Thy light doth a shadow cast, lo the dark one, bleak, black, vast. Chapter 2, Song of Prayer. World Tree's foot, a plea, a prayer, ringeth through the mountain air. Babe is born, trees will revealed. Serenica, luminary's shield. The book is filled with many more such important sounding poems. Tran carefully closes it. I suppose the Colloquy of Kings be starting soon, eh? Hey, do you remember which room they said they'd be in? What? Didn't you listen to a word of the briefing? It's in the room straight across from the throne room, you daft galoot. Haha, don't be such a grump. I was just asking in case it all kicks off in there and we need to dash in to save the king. As if that's gonna happen. Aye, sir, don't worry, you can count on me. The Colloquy of Kings will be starting any minute, so we'd best all be extra vigilant. That means you too, alright? Less of your messing about. Wake up, you daft gawk. You're here to stand guard, not to catch up on your kit. There's more to being a soldier than just putting on a swanky uniform, you know? One can only wonder what manner of momentous decisions we made in such a meeting. It quite boggles the mind. He looks a little nervous, possibly because the Colloquy of Kings is about to begin. It's gonna start soon. The biggest day of my career. No, my life. This day's gonna go down in history.
This child, he is the one?
He bears the mark. There's no mistaking it. Dark One riseth, tree descendeth, luminary, man defendeth. Light's mark shineth, hand extendeth. With his coming, Black Night endeth.
The final poem in the Book of Irwin.
The legends tell us that the Dark One was defeated by the Luminary in the Age of Heroes, bringing eternal peace to the world. But, as I'm sure you haven't failed to notice, monsters walk the land once more. The peace of Arboria is under threat.
The kingdom of Svardsrust has already fallen at the wicked creature's hands, and King Arnud with it. He will be sorely missed.
And now a child has been born who bears the mark, which brings us to a reason for gathering here today. What does all this mean for Arboria?
You speak of the Dark One, of monsters running wild, of the peace of centuries crumbling. But surely, the birth of the child signals an end to our woes. Now that the Luminary is among us, the balance can be restored, the peace can be maintained. All is well, is it not?
You believe that the presence of the Luminary will ensure that peace prevails? Can you be certain? Forgive me, Lord Robert, but the Book of Irwin contains another poem concerning this matter, does it not?
It does. The very first poem. The prophecy. World tree's gift, first of many, bold, bright, blessed luminary. Thy light doth a shadow cast. Lo, the dark one, bleak, black, vast.
What are the two of you implying? That the Luminary causes the appearance of the Dark One?
Without light, there cannot be shadow. Without darkness, the stars cannot shine. This has always been the way of the world. Darkness and light must coexist. So, indeed, the birth of the Luminary may well be what causes the Dark One to awaken.
You dare to imply that my son is somehow the source of our troubles? That the Luminary isn't a force for good?
Can we be certain that he is? Evil does not always take a monstrous form, after all. You must have noticed the sinister glow emitted by Erdwin's lantern of late. Ever since your child was born, in fact.
What are you trying to...
The star sings at night, you know. I have heard it. It sings of Erdria's destruction.
King Gustav is right.
Ah, don't you start.
Ominous footsteps approach. We all hear them. As the leaders of this world, we owe it to our people to root out even the slightest hint of evil at its source. Even when that source is painfully close to home.
Why don't you just come out and say it? You're asking me to kill my own son. My own flesh and blood. Something happened. Not long before the child was born. I'm sure some of you saw it. A great, blinding light shot up from Yggdrasil and set the sky aglow. For a moment, it seemed that night had become day. We saw that same light on the evening he was born. It was shining from the mark on his hand. The child is a force for good. I have never been more certain of anything. He did not give rise to the darkness. He was sent to drive it out. Light and dark are not two sides of the same coin. The light of the Luminary is a gift. A gift that will cleanse the world of evil.
A rousing performance indeed. Of course, if you had shown even a whit less conviction, we would have had no choice but to remove the child from your care. The Luminary is the child of Yggdrasil. He alone can bring light to the world. He must be protected at all costs.
I hope you will forgive us our little test, but we had to be sure how strongly you believed. Your face.
I am satisfied. Send him to Heliodor when he comes of age. He will be trained in all that he will need to fulfill his destiny. We must confer upon the Luminary the power to lead us all.
King Carnelian. Everyone, I don't know what to say.
Very good. The most pressing item on our agenda is dealt with, and it ended just as I knew it would.
Now the matter is settled. Our kingdoms are united in their purpose.
Let all be as Yggdrasil wills it.
That concludes the colloquy. Now, all that remains is to introduce the Luminary to his adoring public.
Thank you, King Carnelian. My friends, I'd like to thank you all for coming. Now,
Your Majesty!
What is it?
You must flee the palace immediately. Monsters! Hundreds of monsters!
We're under attack. Everyone, we have to get out of here now.
There, a meeting called the Colloquy of Kings is being held to discuss the rebirth of the Luminary, and in a heated discussion, it is suggested that the light brought by this legendary being may also be balanced by an equally destructive darkness. King Irwin stands firm, however, and insists that Tran does not bring the darkness with him, but has in fact been sent to drive it out. Luckily, it turns out to have been a test, and, convinced of Irwin's conviction, the kings pledge to do all that is within their power to protect Tran. Then, just as the colloquy is coming to a close, a guard bursts in with grim tidings. A great host of monsters is advancing upon the castle. Follow King Irwin out of the council chamber. I know where the exit is, I'm just looking to see if there's anything else. There's no response. He's dead. Can this truly be happening? Are the monsters willing to destroy an entire kingdom get their hands on a mere child? Mighty Yggdrasil, lend us your protection. May your blessed bows hold back these foul creatures. He's watching the door with silent resolve, determined to protect King Gustav at all costs. Who is it who claimed that the Luminary would be our savior? So far he appears to be anything but! Fear not, your majesty, I will give my life to protect you if I must, in the name of Gallopolis!
Where is the Luminary, Bums? Give him to us.
They have come in force, but they shall not have the child. Lord Robert and I will keep them at bay. Take Eleanor and the child and flee the castle. Now!
But King Carnelian, this is suicide!
You need not fret on my behalf. I am not in my dotage just yet. Now go!
Thank you. Both of you.
I'll take you all on if I have to. You will never have the boy.
Foolish human words would die trying to protect your precious Luminary.
The monster doesn't seem to be aware of Tran's presence. Try to fight it? No. I just hope Irwin made it to the throne room. I'm actually surprised they let me fight it. They just keep coming, wave after wave of them. I don't know how long I'll be able to hold them off. I'll show the sergeant what I'm made of. He won't be shouting at me anymore when he sees this. Hey-ya! You won't get the better of us, you horrible things, ye. If you think you're getting past sworn soldiers of Dundrasil, you have another thing coming. Give us the Luminary, human worms! How do you like that, eh? That's what you get when you mess with Dundrasil. But I was just about to finish the blighter off. Criven, that must be tougher than I thought. You will not defeat us. You will not take our Luminary.
Pathetic little humans! I will slice you open and tear your insides out!
I did it! I got the wee blighter! The monsters aren't even interested in us. They're the Luminary they're after. The wee men have nothing to do with me, and now I'm going to die because of them. Oh! Hold fast, man. Until Yggdrasil wills otherwise, we must do our duty and defend the castle. The monsters are sure to find us if we hide in here, but they've got the place surrounded, haven't they? There's nowhere else for us to go. Oh, I don't want to die. I'd like to go home now. We were having such a nice time, and then this happens. I think I'm ready to go home now. But please, let me go home. Pull yourself together. We all want to go home. There's no use bleating about it. I can sense something, or someone. Yes, I sense the presence of one who will save our fair kingdom. I pray for ye, whoever ye may be, please accept this blessing and deliver us from evil. Your presence is faint, but I feel it. The people of Dundrasil are at your service, whoever ye are. Someone, please, help me. I don't want to be here anymore. I want to go home. I don't know how long we'll be able to hold out against these monsters. How long will this nightmare last? Seems the guard made short work of that monster. Good job he had me cheering him on, eh? I missed getting to talk to her before the battle. Ugh. Mustn't move, mustn't breathe, must pretend to be dead.
Ugh, feeble worms, you will all be crushed before your hero Hendrik even gets here.
There's no response. He's dead. No response. He's dead. There's no response. He's dead. Thank goodness, the guards are here to protect us. I'd be dead if it weren't for this one, that's for sure. Jings, I did it. I killed the wee horror. The monster appears to have been defeated by a Drasilian soldier. Don't mind me, I'm just a piece of wall. But please, help me, I'm being attacked, someone, please! Is that all you get? You need to do better than that if you're willing to take down Dundrasil. I'm hurt. Get out of here, you devils, ye!
Mordecai ordered me to make a bonfire of humans and burn this castle to the ground, and that's exactly what I'm going to do.
Can I not activate pet powers by myself? Alright, that's fine. I'm hurt. I beat the cursed thing. How did that? I'm not complaining. I did it. I got him. I knew all that training would pay off in the end. Ha ha ha. I can't believe these monsters would attack a defenseless maid like me. Have they no shame? Dash it all. How did the monsters get in here? We'll show you what Dundrasil's made of. First Vardras, now Dundrasil. None of your human strongholds are safe from obliteration at our hands. If these monsters are expecting Dundrasil to go down without a fight, they've got another thing coming. Ha! That's one monster that will not be troubling us any longer. We're done for. We're doomed. There's no way we can fend all these monsters off. I'm so scared. Nope, it's not that way. Let's go into the pink dot.
King Irwin, there you are! We were so worried!
You're alive! Oh, thank the heavens. When we saw the monsters coming, we feared the worst for you both.
Never mind that now. We need to get out of here, all of us. Come on. No matter what happens, I will get you out of here. I promise. Let's go.
King Carnelian and Rab step forward and volunteer to try and stem the tide of monsters swarming into the castle, while Irwin takes his son to the temporary safety of Eleanor's chambers. There, he regroups with his wife and Jade, and they prepare to make their escape. Follow King Irwin downstairs. You think you're a tough one, eh? I'll show you who's tough. Get out of our throne, you foul beasties.
Luminary, give him to me. He belongs not to you. He belongs to the Lord of Shadows.
That's one down, but there's so many more. Did I kill it? Or did it just die? Please, sir, please find somewhere else to hide. The monsters are gonna find us both if we hide together. Oh, I don't believe it. Monsters here in the castle. But what is King Irwin going to do? Abandon everyone, apparently. Dundrasil will prevail, even if the castle falls. As long as our people remain, our kingdom will never die. There's no response. He's dead.
We should be able to get out through here. Oh.
I feel his presence. I sense him. I smell him. The Luminary. Give him to me. There can be no escape.
Just you try and take him.
The monsters are everywhere. What are we going to do, Irwin?
If they've made it this far around the castle, they must have the place surrounded. We'll have to use the tunnels. This way.
You think I'm gonna let you pass me? Then you don't know much about Dundrasil. There wasn't much Drasilian spirit about that man who was chatting me up before. Turned tail and ran as soon as Monster showed up. He's getting the cold shoulder if I ever see him again. I cannot let this thing get through the gate. Ah, it's no good. The monster's storming the gate. There's no way out through here. I'm hurt. Thank goodness that monster's gone. Now I'm away to look for that prize Fearty who left me in the lurch and give him a piece of my mind. Men.
You will die slowly, and I will enjoy every second. Your pain, your suffering.
There, he's done. But there's plenty more where that came from, I'll wager. Follow King Irwin to the storeroom on the bottom floor of Dundrasil Castle. I hope King Irwin and the wee one made it out okay. And Lady Eleanor as well. The door they went through leads to the underground passageway. If they can get through there and out of the castle, there's hope for Dundrasil yet. We'll show you what Dundrasil's made of.
I think this was the one. Quickly, in we go, before the monsters find us.
Follow King Irwin to the basement of Dundrasil Castle. Irwin quickly realizes that it would be impossible to escape through the front gate, and decides to use the tunnels deep beneath Dundrasil Castle instead. Download Jade until he uncovers a secret staircase and descends into the darkness. Search for King Irwin in the basement of Dundrasil Castle. No chest this time.
Time to make a break for it. I'll deal with him. Get out of here. Quickly!
But Irwin!
Run! And don't look back! All right, you despicable creatures. Do your worst. You won't get past me!
Defeat the monsters in the basement of Dundrasil Castle. King Irwin quickly gathers Queen Eleanor and Princess Jade and takes them through a secret tunnel in an attempt to escape, but before they're able to get away, a pack of powerful monsters catches up with them. Irwin stops and stands his ground in order to buy Eleanor and Jade enough time to make a break for it. You think I'll bow to you? You think I'll let you harm my family? Never! Door won't budge. The monster doesn't seem to be aware.
And stay down. Right. Time to get after Eleanor.
Jade! Jade! Are you down here? Jade!
King Carnelian? Over here, Your Majesty!
Search for King Irwin in the basement of Dundrasil Castle. King Irwin quickly gathers Queen Eleanor and Princess Jade and takes them through a secret tunnel in an attempt to escape, fending off a pack of powerful monsters on the way in order to buy them time to make a break for it. Having slain the last of his assailants, he hears King Carnelian calling out for his daughter and turns back to tell the king that Jade has made it out safely.
King Carnelian? What in the... Who are you? What do you think you're doing? Your Majesty!
Irwin, is that you? What happened? Is everyone safe?
You're all right. Thank goodness. Jade's with Eleanor and the wee one, Your Majesty. They made it safely out of the castle.
I see. Good. Very good. I shall send my forces after them right away.
Your Majesty, what do you...
The bloodline of the Luminary ends here today.
King Carnelian? Your Majesty? Sire. Forgive me. I was unable to find you. I thank the heavens that you are unhurt. King Irwin, what has happened here?
I had no choice. He came at me in a frenzy. Queen Eleanor has absconded with the Luminary, and with my daughter.
Surely not. Whatever would possess them to commit such acts?
The birth of the child has put them both under great pressure. It has also caused the coming of the monsters, the loss of countless lives. Perhaps the coming of the Luminary does bring darkness in its wake. After all, without him, this tragedy would never have come to pass. Yes, I see now. He is not our savior. He is the harbinger of the night to come. The child of evil. The dark spawn. He must be found and dealt with. The peace of Erdrea must not be permitted to collapse. Find him. Leave no stone unturned.
Sire.
No. He is no harbinger of darkness. He is the Luminary. The Savior. Someone, please. King Carnelian must be stopped, or the world will be plunged into darkness. Eleanor, please, forgive me. I was too weak.
Unknown. There's a monster in front of you. Move closer and try to find out what it's doing.
I am the Gloomnivore. I devour despair. And this one's misery is just exquisite. His kingdom ruined, his family gone, betrayed, dying alone. Which is why I've been drawing out his torture for all these years. One must savor such succulent suffering. But even the most fabulous feasts must come to an end. It is time to move on to the next course. How does your despair compare, I wonder? Hold still while I sample its delights. Give yourself to misery. Let anguish consume you. This is your most painful memory. The darkest, tenderest recess of your soul. Yes. Your powers were stolen and used to give birth to a monster. You could not protect your friends. You could not save the world. What kind of hero are you? Pathetic. Wallow in it. Marinate yourself in misery. Yes. My mouth begins to water.
Can you hear me? Please, you must listen. There is a light inside you that can never be extinguished. It is waiting, biding its time, but it is there. And when it shines forth, it will illuminate the world. Now is that time. You are the Luminary. You must conquer the darkness. You must shine.
This light is...
What's happening?
You're back with us, laddie. Are you all right?
This light, disgusting. It blinds me. It fills my mouth. It tastes of hope.
This is the beast responsible for King Irwin's suffering. We must defeat it and lift His Majesty's curse.
You dare disturb me while I prepare to sample the next delicious morsel of misery. No matter. Your screams of agony will surely whet my appetite.
The Gloomnivore draws near. The Gloomnover is defeated. Each party member receives 12,000 experience points.
Where am I? Wait. Those eyes. I'd know them anywhere. Son, is it really you? It was you who saved me, wasn't it?
Irwin, you're back. You're back to your old self at last.
Eleanor?
Our son has freed you. Despair no longer holds you captive. You are free to join me after all these years.
I am, my love. I am.
My dear son, my darling boy, many hardships await you, many trials lie ahead, but you must not stray from your path. You must not falter. Let the light of hope, the light inside you, be your guide. And remember, we will always watch over you. Farewell, my darling. I love you so much.
Goodbye, my little one. Goodbye, Irwin. I hope both of you find peace at last.
Honey, your hand!
The mark, it's glowing again. Your powers, they're back!
The Luminary is restored to us, and all thanks to his honored parents.
Tran has regained the power of the Luminary. The Luminary section has been restored to his character builder. Right, we mustn't tarry here for too long, laddie. We've places to be. Let's pull ourselves together and push on. It might be an idea to head north to Octagonia, you know. If it's anything like it used to be, there'll be so many people there, someone would be bound to have something useful to tell us. Night of the Living Dread. Awarded for saving King Irwin from endlessly reliving the nightmarish events of a fateful evening long ago. Head for Octagonia, to the north of Dundrasil. While looking for a way to Arboria on the quest to find his friends, Tran embarks on a mission to save his father, King Irwin of Dundrasil, who has been transformed into a sorrowful spectre by the baleful beast known as the Gloomnover. In the course of saving him, he sees Dundrasil before its destruction and learns the true tale of that terrible day and of how Mordegon's machinations brought about an unspeakable tragedy. Upon returning to reality, Tran immediately sets about slaying the Gloomnover, and as the killing blow is struck, his father is restored to his true form. The guiding voice that led him safely through the maze of dreams and memories is revealed to be that of his mother, Queen Eleanor, and together with the now redeemed King Irwin, she moves on to the next world. The sigil on our hero's hand starts to glow, and he feels the Luminary's power flooding back to him. The truth of what transpired so many years ago having renewed his resolve to see the Lord of Shadows slain, he departs with his companions to continue his quest. I was in the dungeon on that terrible day, yet I could not save King Irwin. Now that we know King Carnelian was under the influence of Mordegon, it all seems so clear. I only wish I had seen it at the time. But my regrets are worth naught now, and no apology will suffice. No, all I can do is fight alongside you in the battle against Mordegon. I vow that I would defend you with my life if needs be. I'm glad your parents are together again. I guess they'll be able to rest in peace now. You know, I don't have a clue what my parents were like, but I really hope they were like yours. That's how I want to imagine them anyway. You know what gave you the powers of the Luminary back, don't you, laddie? It was your parents' love. Nothing else could have done the trick. Now it's up to us to make sure we don't let them down. Let's defeat Mordegon and bring peace back to Erdrea.
Let's have a nice little chat.
Remember what your mommy and poppy said, don't you, honey? They'll always be watching over you. That's gotta be nice to hear, right? Now let's get moving, shall we? I think our next port of call is good old Octagonia, due north.
A word, if you please.
Since the fall of Yggdrasil, a terrible shadow has descended upon the world. Yet, even so, people survive, though their lives be blighted by hunger and fear. Mordegon no doubt hoped that he would snuff out people's will to live, but man is not so easily cowed. On behalf of everyone, we must show him that the world will not give in to despair. We must show him that we will never bow to him. Man, I hoped all that wandering around might make me remember something, but nothing so far. It's sad to see the sorry state the world's in since Yggdrasil fell. But there's no sense in complaining about it. We've got a job to do. We've got to defeat the Lord of Shadows once and for all.
Honey, please.
I've had enough to hear with Mordegon and his wicked ways. He's brought despair to just about every corner of Erdrea. Darling, I can't bear it any longer. We need to beat him and bring the smiles back to people's faces, and we need to do it fast. Let's not start moping, laddie, else we'll never get anything done. We need to keep moving. Now, I reckon Octagonia would be a good place to visit next. It's not too far from Dundrasil, and there's plenty of folks there for us to have a wee chat with.
Fabulous!
Honey, I've got to say, that little encounter down in the dungeon brought a tear to my eye. Your mommy and poppy must have been so happy to see how you turned out. We don't have time to dwell on it. We've got things to do, so let's get moving. I guess it must be because you've got your Luminary powers back. You're looking a lot sharper than you were. I won't pretend to know exactly what those powers are, but I've already got a good feeling about them.
A word, if you please.
There is much to be done. The spectral sentinels must be defeated, and your lost friends must be found. Now that the powers of the Luminary have been restored to you, I feel certain we can succeed in our quest and bring peace to the world once more. Speaking of which... see, this will cost 12 points, this will cost 8. Ordinary Luminary, awarded for activating 30 of our heroes' skill panels. Surprise! 10 points awarded.